Hey, this is Crystal Axe this morning. I want to, since I am the new craze on the internet about my body weight, um, if anybody know about my Facebook and my Twitter, I got information, Dr. Facts, MD Facts, about people that's my age, 54 and up, about on their aging. As you age, you tend to get the typical either back pain, knee pain, hand pain, because of, I guess over the years, we don't worked our ass off for our children. We was rough, maybe some younger in our years. And so I would like to address this because for some reason, I my weight gain, it tends to be the laughing stock on the internet, trending on the internet. So I would like to address this as a 54-year-old woman that is aging gracefully. First of all, I'm giving honor to God, who is the head of my life and who have gotten me through a lot of medical problems, such as SVT, that's rapid heart rate. Even though I have to have an ablation, the catheter in my heart, or so that they can, I guess they burn or freeze the area that keeps making your heart rate go all the way up to 180 was my last episode. And the shots, they give you the shot medicine to restart your heart, if you will, instead of using the shot pads on your heart to bring it back. So they give you this medicine, but it's only like a bandage. It's only gonna last for so long, then you have to have the surgery done. But as they tell me, it's an outpatient kind of procedure, like 1 day or 2 days. Then I had 2 strokes. My current one, the latest one, was May the 13th, 2021. And blood clot on the brain, slight memory loss, but I gained that back. I remember everything now. But they had to give me medicine for that in order to break up the blood clot. That was at Stanford Hospital in Stanford, California. The first one I had, I was braiding hair, believe it or not. I was braiding hair, but I was worrying so bad over my grandbaby. It was a lot going on. So I was braiding her hair and I was talking to her. I was almost done. Then my words started slurring. And I'm thinking, something is weird. My neck got stiff. And I finally finished her hair. When I got done, I just laid down on it. And I've been a CNA for over 21 years. So, it felt like a stroke because my left side started getting numb. So I just figured that I was tired, because I was doing those real small braids. She wanted real small braids, so that takes forever to do. And so I was braiding her hair and I started feeling these symptoms. Then all of a sudden I started hearing my words not coming out properly. So I laid down on it instead of going to the hospital. Sometimes CNAs or medical people that work in the medical field can be the worst type of patient and can be the worst people to really go take care of themselves. And so I laid down. When I woke up, I couldn't talk. And my whole side was like this. It was so disfigured. I couldn't smile. It was just twisted on that side. So I couldn't smile. I couldn't talk. I love smiling at people. I kind of hate the mask because, like, when you're smiling at people, you never know if your smile is going to make their day. So I hate that the mask just covers up this part, But the stroke had me where I was like this. My eyes you could tell it was kind of droopy. It almost looked like your eyes is coming out of your socket almost. It was just droopy. So this whole side was this finger, just like this. So it was weak. My left arm got weak. It's still recovering. It's still kind of weak, but I I work it a lot, so to keep it going. So when I woke up, my daughter Dominique was there with me. Thank God that I had one of the kids with me. And so Dominique was with me. Dominique said, I did not go to the hospital. It wasn't until like a couple of days later, and then I found out that I had a mild stroke. And Dominique had me drink plenty of the bottled water, and I started drinking the water. I started feeling better, and then it could have been dehydration along with the stress of worrying about my grandkids and my kids. And so I drank the water. I started feeling energized again to get back up, and then I practiced on my speech started coming back within 2 weeks. Some people don't gain it back. Some people don't gain back a lot of things that I gained back. Some people is paralyzed on that left side for a long time, or they walking, but this arm is like so paralyzed that they may not gain their mobility back. I am able to stretch this arm, reach, and put it over my head. Couldn't do that before. And then I'm able, as you can see, I'm talking clear and I'm smiling. You know, only those that's really medically trained can see a slightness of weakness, but not as bad as it used to. I looked up on YouTube how to gain back your facial muscles, how to work the muscles after a stroke, how to work this side, and basically you have to like isolate that area, and you gotta keep doing that. And that's what I kept doing on this left side. Gotta keep doing, exercising that muscle. And so as you can see, I can smile. I can still feel the weakness, but I can smile though. And I'm talking clear. Maybe some of you are like, oh, maybe she should have not gained her ability to speak. But anyway, I'm grateful. I thank God for a lot of things instead of being ungrateful. And I see some people where they had a stroke and it was very severe, and where they can't gain back their mobility or their ability to really speak clear, and they have to take speech therapy to regain it back. So I had that done. Trust me, it's almost like when I turned 50, it's like, oh my God, everything started breaking out. After all these years, and it caught up with me at the age of 50, okay? And I have arthritis in my knee, in my right knee, and that gets stiff on me real bad. The pain in your joint, it's not on the top, it's inside of the joint. And I put that up on the Facebook so that people will know what it looks like, because I wanted to know what it looks like on the inside, because you can't just put some kind of topical on it because it's not reaching inside of the bone. So I read up on an injection that they can do, or they could just do a replacement of your knee area. And I heard that, well, watching the videos, I seen that it can take like about 2 to 3 days, or maybe that same day, they'll have you up and walking on it. So, and as the doctor was describing it, that they put metal and plastic in your knee to get it so that you can go back to having a regular activity, because I'm very active. I love dancing, and I love just being able to go. Now, in the reality time, I use this wheelchair. That's reality time, my wheelchair. Okay, I use my wheelchair because I use it like a walker, because they had me in a boot, because I end up fracturing this foot, my left foot. So that takes 6 months to completely heal without the bone being refractured again. So they gave me a boot for this. I end up ditching it. They gave me a walker. The walker wasn't good for me because it breaks. It's like it was unsturdy for me. So I end up having a wheelchair. So I use my wheelchair when I feel the pain, either on my feet or my knees. I use that like a walker, or if I'm out and about, it's good to have something that you can sit down when your legs and your foot is bothering you. And I know that some people, they get embarrassed, excuse me, as they're aging, because young people tend to make you feel like it's a bad thing as you age. Some men make a woman feel like it's a bad thing as you're aging, but see, they're forgetting that they're aging right along with her. So therefore, they really don't have very much to say. And then everyone always like to say, well, it's because of your weight. Well, here's the question that needs to be answered. Why do you have healthy, slender, even older, young and older adults still getting heart problems, still having heart problems, still having strokes, still getting arthritis? That's something to ask the question about. If the weight is the problem, and we're talking about people that gets up every day and exercise, we're talking about people that really eat really healthy every day, but yet they're still having back pain, they still having knee pain, they're still having heart problems, even with a slender body. They don't smoke, they're not a drinker or a heavy drinker. So why are these people that is doing this everyday healthy lifestyle still getting strokes? Why are they still having arthritis and they're still getting heart problems? If the weight is just if that's all the answers to these so-called problems, is to prevent it from from progressing. But I don't think that that's the only solution. I don't think that that's the only problem. I think that there's several factors that tribute to strokes and heart attacks um, and other problems that normal aging, typical 50-year-olds and up normally get, because your biological body is telling you that you're aging, even if you're putting on weight. For those that have not gained weight over the age of 50, more power to you. And you got that energy to do all of that dieting with more power to you, because I have to tell you the truth. I am so depleted of energy right now. I'm so depleted of motivation, ambition, really, for that. You know what I'm saying? I am so depleted for it. It takes a discipline. It takes everyday discipline. And I have to tell you, at the age of 54, I'm depleted. For some reason, the lights went off. Well, it went out because it's raining here. So I guess something must have happened outside, so it made the electricity go out. So anyway, we're in the dark, but you can still hear my voice. So I wanted to make a reality video about this. Um, as you can see, I never let anything be a crippling factor towards me. So even if I have to use a wheelchair, I'm still up and about. I refuse to slip on a muumuu dress and just sit in a rocking chair and just have my medication and just stop life, stop going in life. So if I have to use a wheelchair for the rest of my days here on, then I'm going to use it. And there's nothing for me to feel ashamed or embarrassed about at the age of 54. There's nothing. I think that if you go get a aging book on adult aging, I think I fall right in the category. And I don't have to feel bad because I'm with my son and his fiance. I don't have to feel bad about that. Um, you know, it's almost like, well, I took care of them, and so they're willing to take care take care of me or look after me or make sure that I'm going to be okay. So I don't think that there's nothing wrong with a son or a daughter reaching out to watch over their mom or their dad. I don't. It's the ones that just don't want to do it, nothing for their own parents and toss their parents off on complete strangers. So I don't have to feel guilty because or bad because I'm with my son or I'm with my daughter or my daughter is calling me every day to check up on her mom. I think that's normal that's what kids do, to check up on their aging parents. So to those that have had a stroke or you're worried about if you get one, what do I do? Well, first, don't be like me. Go to the emergency room immediately because they can help catch it before it gets worse. You could get brain damage and lose your memory. You could get paralyzed on that left side. And then other things can happen, not only with your speech, your vision. I'm going to tell you, when I was also having the first one, I started seeing blurry and spots and stuff. So not only did my words start slurring words or where you could barely make out what I was saying, it was frustrating to go to the store and trying to speak with other people when your words is not coming out very clear. And a lot of stroke patients become frustrated because of it. The best thing for you not to do is take it out on innocent people because they didn't bring on the stroke and you didn't bring on the stroke, or maybe you're overworking yourself. Maybe the lights is back on, y'all. Maybe you're overworking yourself. Maybe you're over worrying, being overly concerned about bills, your family, and you're just causing things from the inside to just become stressed out. I try to eliminate negative people out of my life. So this thing about the internet is maliciously being done because I don't like trouble, if you will. I try to avoid it as much as possible. And if I choose to live a quiet, peaceful, to myself life, that's what I want in order for my own health. Some people want you to always give, and not watch over your own life. They want to take from you like vampires. They will drain you. I'm gonna tell you, they will drain you. They will get mad at you if you're trying to help them, but they don't understand that if you're a real sick person and you still taking time out to try to help them, they need to be grateful because at least they still got you here. What's another thing with your stroke? With your stroke, just keep working that area. Listen to your physical therapy. I know that I tend to be walking with a hump, and I shouldn't be doing that. They want me to walk upright to avoid having that hump in my back. And I try to, but sometimes the pain gets it becomes unbearable. This is what I keep on me right now. I keep this on me. Excedrin. I'm telling you. I gotta have plenty of Excedrin. I'm telling you. Besides my cigarettes and coffee, this is my drugs. It's not crack. It ain't nothing from the streets. This is Excedrin. And this the off-brand type because it seems to work better than the real thing. This is from Walmart and you get 2 of them for $4. And so you have like over 200 capsule. So it doesn't help with the joint. my my daughter-in-law got some cream to put over my knees, so I tried that. It helps a little bit, but still I have to take the Excedrin. So I take that. So if you see me walking good and you see me dancing, that's because that Excedrin and the caffeine and the coffee is kicking in and I'm feeling good. I don't feel it until after I'm done with all that activity, and then I'm feeling the pain. But, at least it's a form of exercise. Even dancing is a form of aerobic exercise. That's what I used to do to keep my weight down. I was never a jogger. Either bike riding, walking early in the morning, or dancing. And and so that's one thing. Um, with your speech, when I was drinking plenty of bottled water, which I don't like drinking plain water. That's why I have to go buy some kind of flavor to my water, and then I can like digest it. The only time I drink plain water is that I'm really thirsty. It's really hot out there, and it feels good going down your throat. So, but I start gaining my speech back clearer, and I would practice um, at home and speaking, um, slowing down what I have to say, because I used to talk really, really, really fast. Or I used to stutter, to just stutter. Believe it or not, I had a bad stuttering problem as well. See, I have a condition called dwarfism, where I have small hands. But what happens with us is that we tend to get all kind of medical problems later on. If we didn't get it earlier, later on we tend to get a lot of medical problems on us. But I never allow anything to cripple myself or my children. Yeah, I still wash dishes. I still do anything that anybody else do. But as you get older, your health, I guess we can have multiple type of health problems all at once. But my personality is so outstanding, or I'm just determined to get healed and get rid of the boot for my leg, because that thing was like 15 pounds all by itself, and then including my weight that I carry on me right now. And then they gave me a walker. Then they tried to give me a cane, or somebody tried to give me a cane, and then the wheelchair. How am I going to manage all of these medical equipment? I might as well just open up a medical supply equipment store or something. So I end up ditching the boot at at the airport. Yeah, so somebody gonna use it, and the walker too, the broke down walker. I just got rid of that. So, and I just kept the wheelchair, but it's tearing apart, and the medical insurance, they won't give you another one. You have to wait 5 years to get a new wheelchair. You do. So, and it broke down. The rubber that goes around the wheel came off because I was out on the streets for a while, and so I'm rough on things anyway. I've always been rough on things. So anyway, that would be about the strokes. The experience of the irregular SVT heart rate. I'm gonna tell you what it feels like. I'm gonna tell you. First of all, when you're stressed, I've been stressed because people have been stalking and following me and harassing me for no reason. And I'm 54 years old. I'm an older woman. So I'm trying to figure out why later on in my years. So the last one that I had was like about 2 weeks ago. And it just came on me. I was laughing and joking with the hotel lady. And before I knew it, you start feeling like this, like it's beating so fast and you can't stop it, right? And it almost feels like an asthma attack, like it's closing in, like contractions in your heart. And I'm not sure how a heart attack feels, but that's how it feels. And then the worst part is that I feel like a knot that comes in the center, and I guess that's when it goes all the way up. So this time it went all the way up to 180 per beat, heart rate per beat. My other one It normally goes from 168 to 175, but this one went to 180. And the paramedics, it was concerned, but I've been having some bad experience at hospitals, so I don't like to go to the hospital, and their security are very rude sometimes, and they're ready to, like, you know what I'm saying? And you're already sick, and you don't need security putting their hands on you and hurting you more. You understand? Or the nurses or doctors, they get smart with you, or they don't want to really treat the problem, and you're looking as the patient like, I'm here for this particular thing. You want to give me no morphine? I'm allergic to morphine. I don't want that narcotic stuff in my system. But at the end of the day, are you going to do an x-ray on my foot? The one hospital, when I fractured my foot, didn't do no x-ray whatsoever. I think I posted up about that nurse in the hospital. They don't like for you to use video, but when they're getting smart with me and they seem like they're going to hurt me and harm me, I don't give a damn what their policy is. I think that it's a way to keep the public from knowing what kind of hurt and harm that they do to patients that speak up for themselves. Because all of a sudden, if you're saying, I don't think that, I disagree, and patients do have a right to disagree with the doctor if you feel like that doctor is discharging you too soon. And if you feel that I need to be observed overnight, I don't care if you think I'm a homeless person trying to live in a hotel. That's why I have insurance. And if I'm sick, you're supposed to use my insurance to take care of me. That's why you're getting paid as a doctor or the hospital staff. So I deserve to have quality care. Whether I'm a homeless person and I'm on Medicare or Medicaid, I deserve to have proper quality medical treatment. If you getting mad and your nurses is getting mad, then maybe there should be a lawsuit up against your staff. Because I went to Kaiser, and the nurse started getting snappy with me. I mean, really rude snappy. And I started videotaping her ass. I did. I don't give a damn what you gonna do. You gonna call the cops, and they're gonna tell me I'm not allowed to trespass or come back to your hospital. But I'll be damned if you sit up here, act like you gonna hurt me and get your security that hurt me, and I'm already sick. You're a patient at the hospital. You understand? And some of the security, first of all, why do you have security in here while I'm trying to get dressed? Security, can you please close the curtain? Because I have a right to privacy, sir. That is a HIPAA law. That is a medical law as well, policy, that patient have a right to privacy. So can you please close the curtain while I'm getting dressed, since you guys are throwing me out of the hospital because I see that you guys doped me up with morphine, but the problem is still persisting. The problem is still there. It didn't go away just because morphine got in my body. And matter of fact, I said that I'm allergic to this stuff. And I have allergic reaction to Percocet, to codeine, with Tylenols, with codeines, any of those kind of drugs. I can't take it. And I don't had experience with a nursing home for this fractured foot. A nursing home in Vegas gave me Percocet, and I had a bad reaction, and I reported it to the state, and so they took it off my medical card. But at the end of the day, 4 hours passed. Nobody came into that room. I ended up falling asleep. Nobody came into the room to check up on me. What if that Percocet killed me? And I was neglected for over 4 or 5 hours. When I woke up, still nobody checked up on me. That's why I don't like going to the hospital. But at the end of the day, if I have to go to the hospital, you give me quality care like you would give a wealthy person that have millions of dollars. Because at the end of the day, that medical insurance is paying for you to take care of patients. Even for home health aid, staffing, the medical insurance is paying for you to take care of their client, the patient, For some of us, we go to the hospital, and I swear we are made to feel guilty about being there. I swear that some of the staff seem like they're fighting with you more than helping you. And this is why some people would rather die at home or try to do all kind of home remedies, that may work, it may not work, but hey, it's worth a shot, and then to go to the hospital. And it's like, are you guys doing this purposely, especially to Black patients, to keep them out of the hospital on purpose, or to fear them from going to the hospital, and so that they can slowly die at home? Or they can just slowly, whatever kind of condition, it can just slowly progress until it develop into cancer. Who knows? I don't know. Some places act like they don't want no Blacks in their hospital. They don't want to work with Black patients, And when I see that as a paralegal, not only do I have 21 years of medical, but I also have paralegal training up under me. So I have medical and legal training up under me. And trust me, that nursing home that gave me the wrong Percocet, they couldn't wait for me to leave there. They hurry up and got me out of that nursing home because they already knew. And I started looking for an attorney right away. But I did contact the ombudsman. Okay, that's why they quick to get rid of you. All right, because you can make a complaint up against the hospital, up against nursing homes, up against the staff, the doctors, the nurses, that's for negligent and patient abuse, and even up against security. I didn't know this, but you can call the local law enforcement and file a harassment up against the security and the staff, because if a patient is sick and they're asking you to leave their room, can you please just, okay, all right, so can you please leave now? Can you please just give me a moment to myself? And they will say no, and they're agitating you even more. And then the nurses will say no, especially the white nurses to me. No, I'm not leaving. It's like, I just need a moment, because apparently our communication with each other is not going, or I just need to speak with a supervisor or something, you see? And then if the supervisor is acting just as ignorant as they are, then it's like, okay, but I'm going to file a complaint, or I want to speak with patient relation. They are supposed to deal with any type of discrepancy between you and the staff. So, and then some of the nurses want to call security. What does security? Do you understand what this is? Security is separate from medical. What do security have to do with my medical treatment right now? Do you see me getting up here threatening your life or acting belligerent? So why are you calling security? Because I may, if you're coming disrespectful towards me, and because some of those people, I already know how some of those nurses are, and so if you're coming to me like that, I'm going to give you the same reaction that you're giving to me. So therefore, and I expect, I'm the client, I'm the customer, and I'm the patient. So I expect quality professionalism out of you, because I worked in the medical field and I know how you're supposed to talk and how you're supposed to treat the patient. And this nurse or whoever you are, that's not cutting it. And I'm going to report your ass. And I could report your ass to the nursing board as well. Okay? So at the end of the day, when you get a chance, look at their name tag, look at their name badge. Because the minute when they start disrespecting you, write that stuff down and report that to the nursing board, and also to Department of Health, whoever is over that hospital. Or sometimes I go as far as trying to reach the CEO of the hospital, because I want to go way over your head. I want to go over your charge nurse head. Because if you say intent to sue, trust me, that CEO is not going to want to hear intent to sue your ass. Okay? So that's what I do. And as far as the security look like, they look anxious, don't they? Some of them look like, no action yet. Can't wait. Got action. Like, what you gonna do? Hurt the patient even more? You are hospital security. What you have to do, did they train you in any kind of medical? Even if you're dealing with a mental health patient, your job is not to agitate the patient if they have bipolar or schizophrenia or even post-traumatic stress and they're flare up and they're triggered. Your point is to, if they need to be placed in a room, you put them in the room, close the damn door, and leave them the hell alone. Why are you restraining them when they don't need to be restrained? Why are you putting your security hands on a patient, period, and they're not hurting nobody? And if the nurse is just because they're yelling, then maybe this is not the right field for you, because mental health people, at the end of the day, they get triggered, they may yell. They may scream. So I was trained, maybe it's a different type of training, but I was trained to leave the room and then come back maybe about 20 to 30 minutes. And by that time, either whatever kind of medicine you don't give the patient or the patient have calmed down on their own. If you're not there agitating a mental health patient, they will calm down on their own because they have nobody else to argue with except the walls and they self, because the door is closed. Why do security or any officer need to be putting their hands on them and restraining them? For what reason? Ball State in Muncie, Indiana, those security guards had it bad of doing that. And I watched over my daughter, my loved one, because I seen like, no, you ain't got to touch her. Nope. I've been in the medical field over 21 years. You ain't got to touch her at all. At all. I'm reporting you. I'm going to report you. So, at the end of the day, it's normal. Nobody should make you feel guilty because they're 20 years old and you're 50, or you're 50 and up and you're aging. Nobody should make you feel guilty or make you feel like you got to keep up with them. Baby, I'm over here in the senior area now. That's the reality. That's the facts of life. Now, if you're crossing over here, you're in our territory. If we moving slow like turtles, this is our territory right now. Why are Speedy Gonzalez over here in the slow senior citizen lane? It's normal for you to gain weight. And for some of you men, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're gaining pop bellies. Penises are shrinking with aging. You're developing prostate cancer, or the glands are swelling up on you. Come on, at the end of the day, stop pointing fingers when you aging your own self. You just keep on. You're just older 50 and 60-year-olds trying to date 20-year-olds, and you're trying to flow like them. But at the end of the day, when you go home, you go take a whole bottle of ibuprofen or Excedrin 2, or you go rub some back pain medicine on yourself. At the end of the day, tell the truth and shame the devil, because aging is aging. It doesn't matter if you're a slender older person. Aging is aging. Some of them, you got pain all throughout your body. You get up in the morning and you feel back pain. Why? When you're so used to springing out of bed and there was no pain before. So let's tell the truth and shame the devil, because at the end of the day, when you're showing the kids reality of aging, okay, don't give them no false hope. That's good if some people, hey, they 50, 60 years old and this is how they look. Good, that's them. But that's not everybody. That's not everybody. Some people is just lazy, sluggish. We already did that in our 20s, 30s, 40s. Like, shit. I'm going to lose weight when I want to. You're not going to peer pressure me like we're in high school. We are tired. We're tired of dieting. We're talking about over 50 years of dieting. We're talking about over 50 years of doing all of this to keep our body in order. So, at the end of the day, does that mean I don't care about myself? No, I have in my mind that I'm going to cut back, maybe drop out 25, but it's going to be on my time. It ain't going to be on no whole internet, social media time. Then that means that I'm making myself feel uncomfortable for you. I'm not here to please you, because I'm the one that got to walk around with this body, and I'm the one that got to feel whatever kind of emotion from the inside. Not you. This is my body. This is a possessive word. You don't have to carry it. You don't have to deal with my body. If we were in Supreme Court, that would be Roe versus Wade. A man cannot tell a woman what to do with her body. Period. And a 20-year-old girl, honey, dude, at the end of the day, you don't know what it feels like when you hit 50 and it seems like your body just going automatically like, I just want to rest, I want to go to sleep. If my energy level is kind of low right now, every now and then I have that good surge of energy. But when you have those low energy at this age, you just want to just lay down. You don't want nobody bothering you. You just, I guess you're preparing for that rest and peace moment, because you just want peace and rest. Even before you go to the grave, you just want peace and rest. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm drained. That's good. You go over there to all of that unnecessary foolishness. You going over there to all the unnecessary crisis and drama that 20, 30-year-olds normally go through before they shift gear and start going into maturity, full-blown maturity. And some people never hit it. It's like, I don't understand. They 50, they 60, my age, and they still haven't hit that maturity. So I guess when they say people are late bloomers, I guess so, because some people that's my age, or they don't get it. I don't see younger people act more mature than people my age. Like, don't you think that you're too old? Or are you just trying to kick it and trying to blend with the 20-year-olds? You don't see that you're a 50-year-old aged man? You don't see it? Why? Because a couple of 20-year-olds gave you that wink? No, they probably know that you working every day. Your wallet should be okay. Your credit card should be all right. I'm going to go ahead and play this old man, and I'm going to get money up out of him. Reality. If you want to give your money, that's more power to you. I don't have nothing to say about that. But basically, as you age, you just get used for your money. So if you want to brag about that, more power to you. Really. But as far as trying to crack down on a woman aging, I want to ask you something. As men, do you have periods? Do you know what it's like to have sticky, hot, sometimes running stuff come out of your body, staining your clothes? Have you ever experienced that? No, because you're a man. Do you know what it's like to have a baby kick you from the inside of your stomach? Or to get sickness, the baby sickness, you get the vomiting every morning sickness. That's what it's morning sickness. Do you know what it's like? Every day, especially after 3 months of pregnancy. Do you know what it's like to have a head? Because some babies come out big. So do you know what it's like for a woman's hip bone, pelvics, to start stretching while she's trying to get this baby head out of her vagina? Have you ever experienced that? No, because you're a man. You never will. Do you know what it's like for the inside of a woman's body to feel like it's an oven, and then this 1 minute she's really cold because she's going through menopause? And that's where they call it the spread back in the old days, where you get the old age spread. That means women tends to pick up weight and everything tends to slow down. It makes it a little bit more harder for them to lose the weight. You damn near have to starve yourself to get the weight off. So have you ever experienced that menopause before? Do you know what it's like for you to have perky titties one moment and then they begin to droop down? I think that's normal, and it comes with aging women, older women. So why do you make fun of that? Why do you make fun of women gaining a weight? Is it because she's no longer that attractive sex goddess that you used to see her as? She's no longer that Coca-Cola bottle that you used to know her as back in the days, because now she's an older woman? Is that what it is? Maybe you have unrealistic ideals about women and as they age. It's like, do you know that I'm going to start? I don't have no wrinkles yet, and my eyes is not puffy, but they do if I don't get no sleep. But do you know that I'm going to start getting wrinkles as I age, and maybe the puffiness as I age? You know that? Yeah, it's going to happen. That's the normal grace of aging. It's going to happen. I don't know when with the wrinkles, but it's going to happen. A lot of people tell me I don't look 54, but baby, I'm trying to tell you, I am 54 years old, and all the medical records shows it, all hospital records shows it. When I wake up in the morning, I feel it every day, every day. I'm always with where's this? Right here. And then I have a whole bunch of high blood pressure pills and other medication that the doctor prescribed for me. Do you understand? This. Okay? Creams. Rubbing cream. How many of you have seen your mama with the back rubbing cream or muscle relaxing cream, or they use a patch or something as they got older? Is that normal? As your parents age, or your grandma is aging? So what's your problem with me? Or are you just being silly and foolish?